Hi, I'm Rob, and I'm going to show you how to use this device, which is a Fender Mustang guitar controller for the game Rock Band 3, and I'm going to show you how to get it to control something in MainStage, which is a sort of live performance tool. I'm assuming this sort of counts as audio production. It's more for live performance, but you can pipe what you do in MainStage into Logic, and you actually could do this directly, something like this directly in Logic, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So anyway, this is in MainStage. I'm Rob, and if you'll bring this to me here, this is my son Liam, who is recording me. Okay, here you go. Let's get serious, and here we go. So this thing is going to be piping into MainStage. I've got it going through a bunch of intermediary gear here, but for what we're doing right now, the main thing is you can view it as taking this MIDI cable, because it's a MIDI controller. It's a MIDI controller that plugs into the Xbox 360, but it is also a MIDI controller. So you can take this MIDI cable and you can plug it into your digital audio interface, and before I even show you any of that, I'm going to give you an example of what we can do with this. You've got 6 strings, okay? And
obviously.
6 strings, and they're buttons. So it's sort of like a guitar. You can push the buttons, okay? But when you push the buttons, you are fretting this thing, and when you pluck the string, okay.
Very interesting.
Yes. So we can set that up. So that's what I'm sort of going to show you, the general idea of it. There won't be time to do it in a very short video, which is what the assignment is for. But basically, what we're doing here is each of these strings is sent on a separate channel, okay, in MIDI, and I'm assuming we're going to learn something about that, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm going to assume you know what a channel is, but each of these strings sends a message on a separate channel. So what that means is that you can assign each of these strings to a separate instrument. And what I've done is I've taken the bass strings, the lower strings, and made them a slap bass. And then I've taken the top 3 strings and I've made them drum sounds. So this is a hi-hat, that's a kick drum, and this is a snare drum. And so by doing that, now I can play the whole rhythm section all by myself. Okay? So that's the basic idea. It's pretty neat. So now I'll take it from here, Liam, if you will hand this to me.
You're welcome.
Okay. So basically I've got my controller here. I've got the MIDI cable. We can assume that the MIDI cable is running now directly over to here into the back of my Focusrite Sapphire Pro 24 into the MIDI in, which is over here. And then what I've done, and you can stop that, Liam, now. What I've done is I've set up something in MainStage, and what MainStage will do is you can assign separate channels to separate instruments. So this is the setup that I've got right now, but this is a pretty complicated one, and it uses live looping and all sorts of crazy stuff. So I'm going to start from scratch, and we'll hit new. I'm going to make I'm not going to close that. Okay. So now I'm making a new layout in MainStage, and I'm doing it from scratch here. So I'm going to hit choose. This is a keyboard starter, and I'm going to hit that. It's creating a new slate. I'm not sure what you call it. This is only going to give you a very vague idea because there's not enough time, but I wanted to show you because it's pretty darn cool. So if we go to the layout here, then what we can do is we can add different instruments. So I'm going to take my keyboard, which is this little thing here, and I'm going to double click it. It's going to add a keyboard. Okay. Now this keyboard is something that I can map to one of the strings on my Mustang controller.
Yep.
So I can go to here, and what I want to do is I want to select a channel, and this is kind of the key here. I want to choose channel number 1. Channel number 1 is basically the high E string on my guitar, although we can choose for it to be really any string on here. So we've got that. Now what we need to do is go to okay, well, we could do all this, but actually, all right, what we want to do is we want to hit assign. All right, I'm going to hit assign, and then Liam, I want you to hit the high E string when I tell you. Not yet. You know the high E, that's the highest sounding note?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to hit assign, and now hit that note. Okay, good, stop. All right, if you'll notice, it changed it to be channel 1. Everything is all set up now. Now this just tells us what string, what channel we're dealing with. Now we go and we select edit, and we can choose what instrument we want to be associated with that. Now Liam, you can play that high E string again. Okay. Now by default, it's going to put it at a suitcase keyboard, suitcase bright. But we could change this in our digital audio workstation like thing to whatever instrument that we want. But we're not going to. We'll just leave it like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to a different, switch back to the layout, and I'm going to add another keyboard. And there we have another keyboard. Drag it out of the way here and shrink it down so it's not in the way. And we can resize this, make it look however we want. But I'm just going to leave it like this. And now, Liam, I'm going to want you to hit the second one down. Not yet. I'll tell you when. Ready? Set. Go. Alright, so he just hit the second string. So if you notice, now it says channel 2. And if I go back to edit, now I can go to this other one that I just added. Alright, and if I look at it, I can change it to be a different instrument somehow here. Let's see. So if this is, alright, so what I need to do is create a separate channel strip and make it a software instrument, and I'm going to assign the MIDI input to MIDI Pro 2, and instead of the 1, the other one was 1, this is 2. I'm going to hit create, and now I can change this instrument. I could make it be rotary vibraphone. Alright, go ahead and play that second string now, Liam. Okay, now play the first string. Alright. So, now you can stop. Just hit any of the buttons there, but without plucking. Okay, great. Alright, so that's the basic idea. A little over 8 minutes, and I've only scratched the surface, but it maybe gives you some idea of what's possible. That's really all I'm going for here, is the idea that there is this device and that son who looks like the overly attached girlfriend, and you got that device, and you've got main stage, and with this device you can have each string be a separate instrument. Very nice, very cool. You can be a band in a box. So if you're interested in learning more, Liam, you can stop that now. Well, you're just going to have to study yourself. I might answer some questions, but it's really up to you now that you know what is possible. Thank you.
Good